I'm a huge Edgar Wright fan. I've loved everything. I mean, Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Hot Fuzz might be my favorite of his. I mean, you got At World's End, and what's the other one that Baby Driver. I mean, yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, Baby Driver was amazing as well. So this newest film is obviously highly anticipated on my list, and I'm excited because you got to go see it tonight. So I'm excited to hear what you think of Last Night in Soho. If you want to go ahead and tell
Just
people about
I was
this.
just dropped a tweet about it like an hour ago.
Okay, I haven't read it yet, so
Um, but no, yeah, honestly, not as horror as I thought,
okay,
honestly. And I wasn't expecting too much horror going into it, watching the trailer. A couple jump scares, but only I think is because it came out of nowhere and it was very loud
mm,
because obviously the surround sound in the theaters, but it wasn't like scary jump scares. It
yeah.
was just like out of nowhere jump scares, like oh my god, like what just happened? Um, but there was comedy. There was some comedy in the movie, which I enjoyed. A lot of British. It was a lot of British humor,
Yeah.
and you got to see different kinds of lifestyles from England. From the people living outside the city in like cottages and stuff to the city life of London. So that was pretty cool to get to see that. Um,
Yeah, well,
Overall,
set us up real quick, because I want to know as much as you can say without spoiling it, because the premise is I forget the actress's name, but
yeah.
she
So,
was in
so this
Jojo
yeah.
Rabbit and
So
she
this
was
girl,
great. She goes to go ahead.
Thomas, yeah,
Thomason
Thompson McKenzie.
McKinsey, yeah, that's right.
McKenzie.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's this girl who lives in a cottage outside the city of London. She has a mom and a grandma. The mom was like huge into fashion.
Okay.
Can
You're trying to work around it.
her mom kind of. I'm just trying to think what I can say without spoiling too much.
Right. Well, I mean, I know this much. Like, to me, because like I know that it kind of the plot basically dives into, she goes it's kind of like a time travel type of thing, right? So she kind of goes back in time, but she also meets, or
Well, it's
she
not. It's not. It's not. It's as I say. So it's not. It's not so much time travel as visions
hmm
when she sleeps.
okay,
It's when she goes every time she goes to sleep in this new place that she's in.
I see.
She basically has visions of the past.
Right.
Yes, it says in the trailer
Yeah.
1960s.
Yeah, well, she runs into Anya Taylor-Joy at some point here, and like if it spoils it, they'll tell me what part
Yeah,
she plays.
yeah.
But because like all I know is like Anya Taylor-Joy puts out this song, Downtown, and like it's already a massive hit, from this movie. That
Well, yeah, because I was about to say because that's one of the biggest songs in the film.
yeah,
Um,
okay,
but yeah, it's basically her just seeing like visions of this character that Anya Taylor Joy plays,
yeah,
and it feels like very real to her. Um,
yeah,
and yeah, it's just the story of like her seeing like living these visions with this character that Anya Taylor Joy plays.
right. I mean, okay, so I mean, first of all, I mean, I'll just ask you the basics. I mean, like, because I don't want you to give away anymore, because I know that this is one of those movies that's going to be like, it's going to be very spoiler heavy. There's a lot of plot points probably that we can't know if I had to guess, just knowing the way that Edgar Wright works. But
Oh, I was gonna say that before the movie started, an editor actually came and talked
oh,
before the
nice,
movie.
nice.
So that was pretty cool. That was the first time that I've had a pre screening where someone like talked before the movie. She was an editor for some company. I can't remember the name of the company, but she basically said that she had watched it like the week before us, like the week before we went, and that she thoroughly
Hmm.
enjoyed it.
Oh
And
wow,
she
okay,
was actually standing outside, asking people for their thoughts on the movies and stuff. So I
yeah,
went and like gave her
yeah.
my thoughts and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah.
they tend to do that a lot. But yeah, I mean the one thing I would say, or ask about is how's the cast? I mean, you got two really good actresses leading it, so I would imagine it's that they're pretty
And
good.
and the old guy in the film too. I recognize him. I can't remember his
Okay.
name.
Um,
I've
but
seen him in other stuff before. He was really good too.
okay. It was good though. The cast was good. They did a good job, is what you're saying.
Terrence Stamp.
Oh
That's his
right,
name.
Terrence
Yeah,
Stamp is in this. That's right.
yeah,
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 yeah. No, the whole cast was great. Everyone
yeah.
that played in it, whether big or not, they all did the whole cast did really good.
Yeah, I mean, to me,
Um,
like what this film looked like was kind of like a modern day, not the exact same plot, but it's probably going to be the closest thing we get to a Shining in the modern day, where, in the Shining, you got Jack Nicholson goes to the Overlook Hotel, and he kind of starts seeing shit from the past and stuff, and like he kind of becomes a part of that world to some degree. I kind of felt like he was going for something like that here. One of the things that I would assume is that this is probably, it looked like, and that this is, I think, what was such a big deal to people about the film was, this is the first time Edgar Wright's gone this dark with something. Like it does seem to have a dark tone. Is that correct, or you
oh
could
yeah,
concur or
100.
deny?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't towards the beginning, obviously, but as you get into the movie, yeah, it takes a
It takes a dark turn.
when she starts getting the visions. It's well, the visions at first weren't dark, but like as you get into the movie, yes, it turns very dark. Yeah, for
Very
sure.
cool, very cool. I mean, my next question is, don't be nervous. You're good. You're not going to spoil it. But you always seem nervous when you do these to spoil them. Yeah. Anyway, but the next thing I would ask about is direction. Or the shots great? I mean, Edgar Wright's, to me, he's a pretty masterful guy behind
Yeah,
the
no,
camera.
his
But
no pacing issues for me, honestly. I was never caught like bored or anything like that. I was always pulled in.
oh, that's good.
Shots there were some. Obviously, it's almost like a for the most part it's almost kind of like a basic movie, but
Okay.
at the same time there are shots in the film that are incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but there are shots in there that,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to revisions, there's some really like cool shots in there and stuff like that. So
Yeah, yeah. I think I don't know. Again, I haven't seen this one, but Edgar Wright in general has always been very creative with what he can do behind the camera. But is this the other thing I like about Edgar Wright is he's always got like a really fun sort of editing style to his movies. That's one of the things that I think like works out. Like those movies are cut together in such a way where it's like it makes it unique. Was there a little bit of that here, or was there something? I guess a better way to phrase the question is like, what, if anything, makes this movie stand out from a lot of other movies to you?
um the the when she had the visions when she was sleeping having the visions, the way that those um scenes were shot are
Yeah,
very unique. I've never seen anything like that done before, so
yeah,
I really appreciated that and how he did that.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, no, those visions especially like I was always really attached to those parts. So
yeah. Um, yeah, definitely. I mean, okay. So what are your critiques? Where's the bad, if any? Um,
um
because I sense for me I sense like you really like this movie. It seems like I don't know. You really haven't said so far if you liked it or not. I mean, genuinely.
well, I
Um,
mean, yeah, like, because it's Edgar Wright. I've met the guy.
yeah,
He's an amazing guy, and I haven't. I really did. There was a standing ovation at the end of this film.
yeah,
Um, so really no complaints. There was some really good scenes in this film, so I can't really think of anything bad in
mm,
this film.
okay.
For me, honestly.
All right, all right. Well, something seems to have you on edge about it, though. There's something about it that seems to have you on edge.
Like what? Like what?
I don't know. Like you see, like
Like
it's either that you don't want to talk about something, you're scared to talk about something
no,
that
it's just
happens,
no.
or it's like,
It's the thing is I don't know what else I can say without spoiling too much.
yeah,
Like I don't know
yeah,
what else I can say without spoiling too much. That's the
okay,
problem because
yeah,
you know because yeah no the editor even told us like if you're gonna talk about it just try not to
yeah,
say that much
sure,
especially for the ending. That's what
sure.
she said. So
No, I mean, like, I don't want to like steer you down a path where you're going to talk about it too much, but okay. Like, how's the score? Is the score good? Good score.
I mean most of this film is singing like singing to songs.
Okay.
Um, But when there isn't singing, the scores, they almost kind of related to the songs that are
Yeah.
being sung in this film.
Yeah.
Um, so not really too much different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I can't tell if you like the movie or not.
I'm just trying to think of right now what I'm trying to do is think of any complaints that I might have about the
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't tell if you liked it or not though. Like something about you seems like you didn't like this movie.
no, it's not that. It's just that I'm just trying to see what
Okay.
I can say
Okay.
without trying to spoil it too much.
Okay.
Like
All right.
maybe.
No,
This is so
don't
awkward.
try it if it's gonna give away too much. All right, what'd you think of the movie? I mean, just give your overall thoughts then. Like, what'd you think? I mean,
No, I actually like genuinely like enjoyed myself for this film. Um,
okay,
I liked how it was in England. I actually do really enjoy, you know, because I watch a lot of English YouTubers. I'm a
all
big
right,
fan of them. I like how it was in, you know, something it was in England. You know, you got to, you know, hear a lot of British humor,
yeah,
a lot of British words you don't really like hear Americans say. The different lifestyles was really cool. The settings that, you know, different people live in, the different kind of clothing people wear depending on the lifestyles that they live.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
maybe
It's
I
it's like
guess
somebody held a gun to your head in the screening and said, "Don't say anything." That's how I feel.
I mean in a way the editor kind of did. She's like
Okay, this is
try not
not
to
spoil. No.
like try not to say like too much,
Okay.
but
All right. You just seem nervous to talk about it. That's all. I don't know
I
why.
guess
Don't say any
the
plot points, but
well, I mean, because I'm pretty sure it's in the trailer that she was going to a fashion school.
yeah. Yeah.
So I guess could have seen more of that.
Mhm.
You didn't get to really see much of her in that.
Yeah.
I guess I would have liked a little. It was really mainly just, you know, her and her visions because
Yeah.
she was enjoying them so much throughout the movie. That's where she wanted to be like most of the time. So maybe more of like her at the extra school. It almost reminded me of like a darker Cruella Deville,
Okay.
like the new Cruella in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. All right.
But just not with a lot of the actual like her, you know, doing the fashion
Yeah.
part.
All right. Great.
Well, I mean, besides that, I actually did really enjoy the film
Okay.
and thoroughly enjoyed myself. And um, yeah, I really don't have any other complaints besides that. Like,
Okay.
it was really good.
I don't want to put you through this anymore. So give it a grade and we'll move on.
Do you still think that I didn't enjoy the film or something?
No, something's like weird about this review. There's something going on behind. There's something like it's typically. I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
like,
Go ahead. I'll tell you what it is.
no, I was like, yeah, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I'll tell you what it is. Typically, like when you like something, when you come out of a movie, you typically can't wait to tell me about it. With this one, it just seems different. That's all. You know, like it just doesn't seem like it's at the tip of your tongue. Like I'm overjoyed. I can't wait to tell Dom how I felt about this kind of thing. There's just not that.
I think it was because there was someone talking before, like someone big talking before. There was someone big talking before the film, telling us like not to say too much. That's probably why, because
Yeah.
all my other pre-screenings, no one really like told us anything before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's probably that. But no, I actually did. I did really enjoy it. Trust me, I
Okay.
did.
All right.
I
You
did.
think I'll like it?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Give it a grade.
you'll definitely you like the darker kind of movie, so you'll definitely
Yeah.
enjoy yourself
Yeah.
with this movie.
Cool.
So
All right. Good to know. All right.
uh,
Give it a grade.
lower, somewhere between must and might go.
Okay. Well, give it
Even though I did enjoy it
give it a
myself.
definitive one.
There,
Are you leaning more might or must?
probably more lower on the must, lower on the must side.
Okay.
Must
All right.
go.
All right. Fair enough.
Just because I know there's some people out there that probably won't enjoy this film because there's just some aspects to the film that I feel like some people might not get or like.
Okay.
But I understand it because I do indulge myself a lot with the British community.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I did like it, but I feel like there are some people, especially here in America, who, you know, might not understand it or get it, so they probably won't enjoy it that much.
All right, guys, there you have it. That's the review for Last Night in Soho. So if you saw the film or when you do see the film, let us know what you thought of it, and also comment below for your anticipation level. I don't know that Jose's nervousness really got you to want to go see it, but you know, there we are.